Man, nature's awesome. So peaceful. Why are trees so peaceful to look at? But I do have one question about this tree particularly. Does this mean this tree is a boy?
Rise and grind. Ew. No. Wasabi. It's Nom. Just Nom. And I'm back with another one. Firstly, I have to say thank you guys. Thank you for watching my first video and for subscribing. I can't express how cool it is to know that I'm not talking into nothing anymore and that there's actually people on the other side of these videos. So here's a little ASMR gift for those listening with headphones. Today's topic is black cards to go with my black coffee. And no, not that one. I'm talking about the one that comes with private clients accounts. You know, the one when you whip it out to pay, it automatically conjures up images of C-suite exec realness, successful entrepreneur, soft life connoisseur, just the ultimate status symbol. That black card. But the need to signal one's wealth or belonging to an elite group through status symbols isn't something that started with black cards. Did you know in the 17th century, around there, people used to display fruit on their mantelpieces, particularly pineapples, because they were so expensive to grow. So people would keep pineapples displayed like decor items in their homes, rotting away. But it wasn't weird. People would walk in and know that you were wealthy or elite because you had a pineapple. It got so deep that people would rent pineapples for the evening. Sugar was also one of those things that were really hard to get a hold of. So in Victorian times, people understood that sugar rotted your teeth. So this practice of blackening your teeth became a status symbol. Logic being, if your teeth were rotting, you could afford the stuff that rots your teeth. Now, from black teeth to black cards, at least the connotation is a lot better. At least with a black card, people assume you've got a private banker, access to exclusive airport lounges, maybe you're earning a lot more rewards with reward points, and for those qualifying people, you're not paying bank fees. What does it take? How do you get an invite to join this super elite club? I know personally for me, when I was offered the private client bank account, I didn't actually qualify for it. I definitely wasn't earning a gross salary of 750K. And before the private client account, I had a Premier Bank account. And I don't think there was ever a situation where I had 75K for 3 months untouched in my check account. But when I looked at what I was paying on the Premier bundle versus what the private client account was going to cost, I told myself a lie. I actually told myself 2 lies. The first one was that I was going to take full advantage of all the perks that come with being a private client, so it was going to be worth it to pay more bank fees. And the second one was that the jump from Premier to client wasn't that bad financially, so I could afford it, right? To be clear, I can afford it. I can afford the bank cost, but do I need a black card? That is the question. So I guess a good starting point in answering that question is to look at the benefits that I'm paying for. Because this is not an exposed video, I'm going to keep it cute and just say that this banker's suite has not been of much use to me personally. And from experience, I know that it's not 24/7, but okay. Maybe other people are having different experiences. I've had the opportunity to apply for a home loan both through my private banker and without my private banker. Admittedly, it was really cool to be able to just message my banker and say, look, I'm looking for a property. Let me know how much I qualify for and send me anything that I need to fill out. But now that that transaction's concluded, I don't feel like I actually need my banker anymore. Lounge access is nice if you have an international flight, but in between these short intra-provincial flights, I personally prefer grabbing a bite at Wimpy or Mug and Bean. With us being in the middle of a panorama, the pressure to take an annual international trip is now off. Thank you, Miss Rona. So if anything, the one thing I needed to make sure isn't affected by a move are my reward points or how I earn e-bucks. I looked at all the marketing material on the FNB website and I couldn't actually find any major differences across the offering that sets the private clients account apart in terms of earning e-bucks. So as long as I still shop and transact with the reward partners, I don't think my e-bucks will be affected. And if I use my credit card, like my debit card, just making sure to pay it up each month, I can also maximize how I earn e-bucks that way. The pandemic has also forced me to relook at my foundation and my approach to personal finance, and I've decided to go back to basics. I need to build an emergency fund. I need to make sure that every year I'm maxing out that 36,000 Rand tax-free allowance. I need to make sure that the absolute max I can contribute towards retirement, that I'm doing it, and that I'm working towards being debt-free. And that includes paying down my home loans. And there are two things I can do to try and approach this. I can increase my income or decrease my expenses. And in the immediate short term, the quickest way to decrease my expenses is to look at this account and to see how much it's actually costing me. I feel like an ambassador for this app, but I promise this is not a sponsored post. It's just, this is what I use to track my expenses in my real life. 22/7 is so awesome, especially if you're someone who's had to pay for bank statements older than 3 months. This is revolutionary. So the first step for me was to pull up all my F&B transactions from the 1st of January 2020 to the very last day of 2020, and then filter out anything that wasn't a value-added service fee, an account fee, or anything else that was associated with having this private client's bank account. For some reason, when I pulled my data and it exported to Excel, it left out my August to October data. So I just went back to the app, I applied a filter for that period, pulled that across, cleaned it all up, and then we were good for business. And this is what I found. I won't lie, I was shocked. Over 5K just to use a bank account is a lot of money. And I'm not at the stage in my life where that's a small enough amount that I can sneeze at. So I'm convinced now more than ever that there's a need to change my bank account to something a lot more affordable and that's more in line with how I bank now. It doesn't make sense to go one step down to the Premier bundle account again. So I'm looking at the entry level account that I qualify for, which is the gold account. Obviously didn't have the value added service fees. So I used 2020's data and the savings and tens. And when I look at the benefits, they're more or less the same, give or take a few limit differences here and there. For example, on the private clients account, the free withdrawals are up to 10K and your free ATM deposits are up to 9K every month. But other than that, you still get the 2 free e-wallet sends and you still get the free membership to the eBucks reward program.
Yeah, so that's it from me. I think the big takeaway is just how crazy it is to look at the fees that we're spending and paying and making sure that, these services still fit your lifestyle as it changes. I hope you found this video useful. And if you have any other suggestions of ways to save a buck here and there, then let me know in the comments. But other than that, that's it. Goodbye.